Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Last time we left off, we kept hearing from Furio Tigre and his testimonies, and we've been dashing them left and right, you know, like, oh, what about this contradiction, what about this contradiction? But he still has a lot more crap up his sleeve. So now we gotta once again hear another testimony. Ties to the victim. Yeah, I loaned El Cash about $100,000. That day, we was due to have a little chat. The kid had hit his payback date, see? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yes, I won $500,000. He got lucky, you know, real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she'd done, everything would have been over. Wait, what? Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. Alg was $50,000. Yeah, well, he's got the VIG to take into the account. Interest builds up fast, you know. That's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice his principal. And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question. Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He got that $500,000 just in time. So I ain't have no reason to kill a kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case. His motive? He has to have one, but what is it? Well, perhaps we're gonna figure that one out. So, okay, everything he says up here, you know, whatever, is pretty fine. He loaned him money. They had the meeting. The reason why they had a meeting was so he can pay him back, and then he found out he got the $500,000. Okay, but here's a statement I don't understand. If the witness hadn't done what she had done, everything would have been over. I need more information about that. The waitress. You mean the girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair? Who else could I mean? If she hadn't gotten in the way, things would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done with. Maybe I should push a little on this. Yeah, okay, what did she do? What exactly are you implying the defendant did? How about you go ask Four Eyes with that $500,000 ticket? She wanted it so bad, she poisoned Al's coffee. A likely theory. Your word hasn't held water lately, Mr. Tigre. Let's not forget this witness was actually at the scene, Trite. The law doesn't exactly agree with some of the deals I send down. I couldn't be there with the cops showed up, so I split. I see. Your Honor, the witness's last few statements are worth a good 2 cups of coffee. I concur, Mr. Godot. You will amend your testimony accordingly, witness. So that's what you was after, Phoenix, right? Alright, let's see what he has to say. Thanks to what she did, my business with that kid was over. Why? I want to press on that as well. Tiger's trying to pin a crime on Maggie. If I ask him about what he saw, it's only going to damage our case. What do you mean things would have been over and done with? Are you all there or what? I'm talking about the cash! I was there to get my $100,000 back. That's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way. As far as I can tell from the witness's testimony, other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tigre had no motive for killing the victim. Well, Mr. Wright, are you happy with the testimony, or would you like it amended? Why not? Let's have it amended. Might help us out a little bit. I'm not going to get anywhere with the testimony as it stands. Your Honor, the defense would like the testimony amended. Very well. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect your recent statements, please. Okay. I was after $100,000. I didn't have no other reason to kill the guy. So he had no other reason to kill Glenn Alg. Absolutely none whatsoever? Well, because I find it funny because the thing is here, supposedly, this was on the same table that Glenn and Furio were sitting at, and it was a computer virus that Glenn made. Potentially worth millions of dollars. Are you telling me that he wouldn't kill a guy for that amount of money? I'm not really sure. So you just intend to give back the $100,000 Mr. Alg owed you, correct? I loaned the guy the cash, and that's my right. Unfortunately for Mr. Elg, I don't believe the $100,000 is what you were after.
Objection!
Where are you getting at, Wright? What else would a moneylender be after other than money? Oh, the moneylender was after money. But money is a totally different league. That kind of money that a single disc like this would fetch. Oh, I guess he knows what that is. What is that? A computer virus, Your Honor. A virus called MC Bomber. A computer virus? What does one of those do? A computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the insides of a computer. A computer? What does one of those do? I guess the beard isn't the only part of His Honor that is from the Stone Age. I'll explain to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is an important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market. Several $1 million?! Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elg had no way to repay the money is crucial. What? Glenn Elg was a programmer. A highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elg put up in order to borrow the money.
Objection!
Oh boy. You're trying to suggest some witness's motive was to get the hold of that program? Exactly. The witness may have poor fashion sense, but he is by no means an idiot, trite. A man like him could get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder. Of course he could, provided he had time. But what if he had needed the money right then and there? When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice tends to disappear. It seems you have a logical conclusion for his theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? Why did Mr. Tigre need money by a tune of $1 million? Well, that would be Viola's medical papers, because he was pretty much like pressured to pay it, and it's $1 million cranial surgery. And he needed $1 million fast. It was due last year. He needed it quick. In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery. Where'd you get all that info? These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. Payment for these expenses was due in December of last year, and was paid in full. $1 million? A preposterous sum! Someone should sue those HMOs. Ha! No one will pay a bill like that. The Medical Association got wind of it, the hospital will end up as dead as a morgue. But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Order! 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 You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright? Indeed it did. Simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini. Oh, did you say Cadaverini? Bruno Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense! You were desperate to acquire that $1 million Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elg's life to pay your debt. Oh boy. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on the CD. Glenn Elg had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened. But he can't. Neither can I. The lottery win? Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. Elg won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way. Okay, so let's starting to add up now. So we resorted to illegitimate means. That's crazy! He murdered Glenn Elg and then made his next move, to frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigray poses Glenn out, which while Viola could have already played the role of Miss Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kudo.
Objection.
Like I said, Wright, that's crazy. No one could pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept out of it. But Mr. Armstrong knew all about it. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000, in fact. He had no choice but to go along Mr. Tigray's plan. Oh yeah, he's sounding guilty, alright. Order! Order! Silence, I will... Oh god. You put on a good show, Spiky. Oh boy. If you want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You saying I dressed up like that kid, create a witness, and frame someone? If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. I agree. What? Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out. What? Another one, Mr. Wright? Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Wright? What was this trick you say Mr. Tigray performed to frame the accused? Well, we do know the trick. However, I'm not sure if I want to present right now because I feel like the next scenes might take a while and I want to keep it all in one video, and I'm afraid if I do it right now, the video's going to be like half an hour long. I don't want to do that. Well, I'll just stop the video here, guys, and then next time, I think we're going to wrap this whole entire case up. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. See you guys later.